Hey folks, we're back from SEMA. I just wanted to run down some of our favourite cars from the event. They're in no particular order, and there's no thread running through them. We'll do some honourable mentions at the end. But here we go for some of our choicest cuts from the event. First up, we have Project Tarantula. This is a 39 Chevy Coupe, or what's left of it. It got the interior from a BMW, stonking great big V8. It's done in a dirt track style. It was on the Treadwear booth. They had a number of cars on their stand that were just top notch, just ridiculously well turned out and interesting designs. And this was my favourite of them. It's just outlandish, and who doesn't like outlandish? Next up, we have Troy Trepanier's 29 Model A sedan. As you would expect from Troy Trepanier, it is details, 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 details. There's like this incredible thing with the headlight bulb. It's got a cutout in it, so the suspension goes up into it, but it's all very neat. It's all lovely. There's a mad steering arm thing going on. It's just a ridiculously high quality build. It was on the Flowmasters booth. It took me a couple of looks at it before I really registered all of the details that were going on in it, and it was only later on that I found out even more of the details that are going on in it. So it's well worth a look. Have a look up online, see what you think of it. For me, it was one of the stars of the show. This Mitsubishi Lancer Evo X, very modern for us. I just liked it. It was on the CSF cooling booth and was showing off their radiators and all that sort of intercoolers and all that stuff, which I guess is a good application for a fully stripped out race car. And stripped out it was. It had its own designer body kit, I believe. Guy called John Seabal designed it, who's on Instagram and does various things. And he's pretty cool. But the actual thing, just, I don't know, it just had a presence about it. I looked at it, I was like, yeah, I want to get in that, and I want to drive it fast and do stupid things in it. So yeah, big fan of this one. This black Corvette on the AccuAir stand. So they usually have something pretty cool on display, so I was looking forward to seeing what they had on their stand this year. And this Corvette did not disappoint. It was a very kind of tech take on a Corvette, rather than sort of, there's like some very traditional Corvette modification around the place, but this one, it's kind of an evolution of Pro Touring, which was a bit of a theme. There's like a bunch of Pro Touring stuff, but it was like Pro Touring Plus, like there's more stuff added in. And this was one of those cars. Just lots of little details again on it. The interior was nice. It was black on black on black on black, but it also had like some dark grey detailing where they could have gone further. They could have done more black and it wouldn't have been wrong. But it just showed a little bit of extra care and attention to detail, and I really liked it. One of my faves from the whole event. This stretched Bronco. It's difficult to describe why this is so great. It just looks like a thing that you would pile all your mates in and go somewhere and do something nice in the sun, which when you're in Vegas is something you can imagine, but when you are standing in a freezing cold garage in winter, it's not so easy. But it just looked like having fun with cars, like personified. It's got 3 rows of seats, and it was but it's still fairly heavily customed. I mean, it's a stretched Bronco. They do them in 2 doors with 2 rows of seats. So this was just great, and I came away wanting a Bronco, although I kind of came away wanting a stretched Bronco, which would probably cost a small fortune. Honourable mentions. I'm going to quickly run through these. There were so many cars there that it was almost impossible to describe how many great cars there were, and to the point that you almost got bored of them. That you'd see so many great cars that just around the corner was another great car, another great car, another great car, and then you were just looking almost for the novelty, for the next thing that would blow your mind, rather than just, if it turned up at your local show, blow your mind. It's a mad event. So honourable mentions. This Porsche 997 flat nose was just fabulous. There were women standing in front of it, which is very disappointing when you want to take a picture of a car. But it was absolutely outstanding. Built by, or at least on the Spider Auto Group. The Spider Auto Group had a number of stands around the site, and all of them had interesting cars. Most of them were pretty great cars as well. The Baller Hauler, one of the cars I was looking forward to seeing, internet famous, Jobs are good. And There's 32 Ford out front. The rest of the group were pretty convinced that it may have been the best car they've ever seen in their entire life, or at least two members of the group were. It looked great. The details were just off the chart. It's difficult to describe quite how much work and effort had gone into this thing. This mad tech rod thing, I kind of remember seeing either a drawing or a picture of this before, but seeing it in the flesh was something else. It looks like nothing else I've seen. It is, I think, the very definition of tech rod. It is outstanding, and the wheels are enormous. And the stress Camaro. Again, this sort of evolution of Pro Touring. It's like not Pro Touring anymore. It's just slammed, and all of the details and the paint and everything on it. Just loved it. So they'll get some honourable mentions. I could go on pretty much all day. I could pretty much just list every car we saw, which was a lot. So if you get the chance, make the trip to SEMA. It is great. The outside event, I believe, is viewable for people that are not eligible to go inside, because you only get your badges checked when you go in. So I would recommend, if you happen to be in the Las Vegas area on, say, a family holiday at that time of year, and you might just want to pop down and see about that car show in the local car park, thoroughly recommend going to do it. The outside action area is running and everything. So thoroughly recommend SEMA. If you do SEMA as a trade event, check out the follow-up video to this, which is how to survive SEMA, because it is hard work. Anyway, see you guys soon.